Okay, so I just want to say welcome and thank you so much for your purchase. I think that this is a super neat little trick that you can utilize in your business, or if you want to utilize it for just yourself. But um, I just wanted to tell you thank you, and I'm excited to see the results that you guys get, and I want to go ahead and get started. So, the first thing that we need to make sure of is that you are opt in to receive promotional offers. If you don't know what that means, and I'm sure most of you do, that just means that you're opt in to receive credit card offers, and unless you have specifically gone out of your way to opt out, you're already opted in. But just in case you are, there's going to be a link under this video and you can click on it to opt back in. Okay, so assuming that that's been taken care of, the next step would be to verify your information. Your personal information needs to match exactly down to a T on at least 2 of your credit reports. So however you have it spelt on at least 2 reports, then you need to make sure that that information is the same as what you're putting in the computer or in the offer whenever we get to that part. But if it's not, then just go ahead and get it updated right now. Just stop this video and then go get it updated and then try and then come back to this, because it's not going to work. It will not work. I know this because this was the actual thing that kept me from, I tried it like 3 or 4 times and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I know that this is going to work, but it's because I had a middle initial on 2 on 1, and it was just a hot mess. So just make sure your information is correct. And if it's not, stop the video and get it updated. Okay, so now we're going to actually show you what you need to do on the computer. So let me share my screen. So let's see. Now I'm just going to try to just just go completely through this entire process with you. And then I'll come back later and add stuff to this if I need to, but let's just get it done. Okay, so now this little trick works excuse me, with Google Chrome. So if you don't have Google Chrome, stop this video and go and download it. And once you have Google Chrome downloaded, we're going to pull up the screen and let me share. Okay, so you're going to pull up an incognito screen and it's going to look like this, but if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to show you how. You'll pull up Google Chrome and then you'll go up to the 3 dots in the corner and hit new incognito window. And that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually fix our settings, because that's going to be the next step, is to fix your settings. Hit the 3 dots up in the corner, go down to settings. And I'm sorry if I'm going fast. I'll slow down. I talk fast. And then we're going to go down to advanced. So scroll down to advanced. And what we're doing here is turning off the pop-up blocker, because this will only work if we can get it to pop up. So most people come standard on your computers just because pop-ups drive us nuts most of the time. Most people have, their pop-up blocker set to on. So let's turn it off, because this time we want to tell Google, yes, we do want something to pop up on our computer. So you would go into advanced and then scroll down to site settings and then scroll down to where it says pop-ups and redirects, and you just want to hit allowed. Mine already says allowed, but yours is probably going to say, it's going to look like this. It's going to say blocked. You're going to want to turn that baby to allowed. So we're turning it on. We're telling Google we do want stuff to pop up all over our computer. You can fix this after you do this, but for right now, we got to have it. And then hit the back arrow and then scroll down to where it says ads allowed. Yours probably says blocked. Switch that baby to on too. Okay? Easy enough. All right, so now that we've got that done, some people say that you need to clear out your cookies and your site settings. If we have to do that, I'll do a separate video on that. But in my experience, and I've done this a lot, you don't have to. But if you can't get it to work, that would be a way that you would need to make sure that you're doing everything right. But you don't really have to do it. So let me just show you real quick how to do it, just in case. So assume you don't know how you can't get your the pop-up to work and it's not going through and you've put everything in correctly. You would then need to clear out your storage on your computer. So you would go back up to the three dots and then hit history, and then you're just going to hit clear all. Well, let's pull it up. You would just, Lord, y'all. Okay, over on the left-hand side, say clear browsing data. I needed to do it anyway, so I guess this is good. Goodness gracious. Make sure you don't clear out any saved passwords you have, or now some people do say that they've had a better chance of this happening, I guess, with the pop-up coming up, if they clear out their cookies. I cannot clear out my cookies on mine right now, but if you want to and you don't have important data in there, then you could clear yours out also, but I have to keep some of mine in there for certain work stuff. So anyway, you would just hit clear data, and then once all of that loads, then you could come back out here and you could try it again. So let's go on to the next step. After you allow the ads and your pop-up blocker to work, now we're going to actually try to do this. Now I'm going to actually use some real information, so I will be blurring out the screen here, or I'll probably just switch back and forth so that way you don't see the personal information. But I want to show you like how this actually works going all the way through. So let's go to, I'm going to actually, and this is good that we're doing this because Victoria's Secret is going to be the very first place that I would try. Now, if you have a middle initial in your name and it's what's on your driver's license and what's on your credit reports, you can actually, I would start with Wayfair. So the one I'm going to be using is actually one that has a middle initial, and it's neat because I was afraid I wasn't going to have this for this video, but we're going to use Wayfair. So you would go to wayfair.com or Victoria's Secret or whichever store you want. Now, the very first screen you see here is going to say sign up now. Now, a lot of people say go in and create an account. I don't do that. I just go, yeah, whatever you want us to do to make you happy, store that we're trying to get this to work on, we're going to do it. So we're going to put in the email address, and you want to put in the email address that is the most current on your credit reports. So I'm actually going to put in the email address. Oh, let me scroll. Oh, I about did it. Y'all. Let me hop back on the other screen here. Oh, okay. So on this screen right here, you can see where it's asking for the email address, and we're in Wayfair, so we would put in the email address here. Okay. So let me close that out. Let me turn the screen back around. Okay, good. I was scared that I was doing it the other way, and I want to definitely protect the privacy of my clients. So, all right, now I'm going to enter in the email address on this screen. So we're just basically saying, hey, we want to sign up to receive any kind of offers that you ever want to send us in the email. So after you've done that, you would just hit continue. Okay, now I can screen share. Well, what is this thing doing? Return to meeting. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Okay, now, let's see. Now we just want to put a few items in the cart. We want to make sure that I usually do about 2 or 3. For the sake of this video, I'm going to just do probably 2 because we don't want it to be any more than $100. So you're not buying anything here unless you absolutely want to, but we're just trying to get the pop-up to work. So I've had the best of luck, and I use the same thing every time with, I go into like picture frames or something on here. Where's it at? It doesn't really matter, But I figure if I have luck with it the first time, then why not keep using it that way? You can do whatever you want, but we just want to get it to equal, around $100. So let's pick something out. They have the cutest stuff, by the way. And if you have a problem with shopping, I'm going to go ahead and say this. This probably is not going to be good for you unless you have self-control. Some of us in the past, I'm not naming any names, not so much luck. Well, I wouldn't say it was a shopping problem. Okay, maybe it was, but okay. So now we want to just pick out any item. Try not to do an item that is, like I try to do at least two. So let's see. Instead of doing like one item that's $90 or something like that. They've changed their website since the other day, believe it or not. Let me just type it in. Let's do frames. I actually have a Wayfair card, and I'm not an affiliate for them or anything, but I love Wayfair. Okay, so just go ahead and start adding stuff to your cart to equal about, I don't know, $80, $85. And sometimes the screen share's a little slow, so y'all just bear with me. Or it's either their site that's slow. Okay, let's see. Let's do this one. We'll do a quick view. And let me say this, the longer you sit on this site and just kind of take your time doing this, to me it works better. And so, oh, you know what? This is actually, we already received the offer on this. Let me see. Okay, so because I was using the same email, let me back out of it. And I'm going to try it this way. Okay, that's another thing. If you have tried this already, and I'm glad this happened, if you've tried this already and say it didn't work, and you go back to the same site, it's going to say what it just said to me. Welcome back. Do you want to finish your order? So I'm going to actually try a different email address and see if it'll work that way. So I'm kind of glad this happened. So I'm going to sign out. Yes, you definitely want to do that because it's not, okay. Because if it didn't work before with the email address, I don't know if it'll work though. We're going to try it. So let me just close that out completely. So this will be a good training video. I'm all about it if things happen during, because that's how I can teach and you can learn better. So we're going to just go back into it, close out your browser entirely, and then go back into it again. Incognito, and let me share my screen again. Actually, I'm going to wait until I can see if this is going to work. Well, I think it'll be okay. Okay, so we've came back in, and let's try this again. Now, this might be the part where you would need to clear your browser history. So if if you've tried this several times, okay, because I'm going to just put in one of my email addresses and we'll go from there. And I have a dummy one, so you can email me at this, but I don't typically use this one. Okay, so, all right, now we're going to shop. We're going to see if we can get this thing to work. Thanks for signing up. You're welcome. All right, so let's get back in here. Okay, and let's just start adding stuff. I love this because for me, and I'm sure a lot of your clients, like I had no credit, and sometimes having no credit is, you might as well have bad credit because you don't have a credit history and nobody will approve you for anything. And so for me, whenever I did this, and this was like 2 years ago, I had been a housewife all these years and I'm just trying to reestablish things. And so, I wanted to be able to get credit, and I was like, I don't have anybody to get credit with. And so this is the trick that I used. And because I used this, I was able to go on and get major credit cards later on. And that's what's neat about it. And, if you think about your customer and the journey that they're in, think about what this could do for somebody at the right moment and the right time in their life. So, let's do like some pillows. And of course we want to educate and say, look, you want to be smart with it. And I have a little tiny course that I tell people, I try to instruct and guide them along, but this gave me a way that I could offer more to my clients, and I didn't have to just say, okay, well, good luck. We fixed your credit, but now you got to go and hope you can find some, and I'm sure that's not what you do in your business, but the customer journey didn't have to end, in other words. So that's what I think is neat about it. All right. So good grief. All right. So let's add, that's expensive for a pillow, but that's not why we're doing this video. So let's just get on to all right. So let's do 2. Let's just go ahead and do 1 because I want to leave it a little bit under. Let's continue to our cart. So continue to cart. So we're at $80 now. So that's good. Well, I thought I hit go to cart. Oh, goodness. Okay, there it goes. All right, so now we're at $87. Now, we're not actually going to purchase anything, so we're going to proceed to checkout. And now it's going to ask you to create an account. I'm just going to create one. Now, some websites will ask you to check out as a guest, but I actually want this one to work, so we're going to do that. Okay. And now it's going to ask you for personal information. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a minute. And then I'll share it again whenever we get back to. I'm going to try to share it right before because I would like for you to see what it actually looks like in the process. So let me just double check that I'm not displaying my information here. You don't want my credit. Okay, so the thing about Wayfair that I like is that you can put the full name on the first, and there's only one place to put it, where sometimes they'll have like the first name above and then the last name underneath. I like Wayfair because they'll do it all in one line. That's why you're able to use a middle initial. So if your clients or anybody you're recommending this to has a middle initial that they typically use in their name, go to Wayfair first. Okay. Let's see. County Highway 39. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can do this without it displaying. I'm going to hit save and continue. And then, okay, so it popped up, but my face is going to have to cover it up. Let me see if I can screen share without it doing that. Goodness, it did pop up. Dang it. Let me think how I can do this. I'm going to do a portion of the screen. Let's see. There. You should only be able to see that much. Do you see that? Okay. That's what it's going to look like. I'm cutting it close over there. But so in between the payment screen, or in between, right after you put in your address, then it's going to, this is how you're going to know it works, by it popping this up on the very next screen right before the payment information. It's actually on the same screen. If you can see right here, you can see the price right there. So it's going to be on the payment screen. So it worked. Yay! So if you wanted to actually do this, this would be the part that you would say, heck yes, sign me up. And then it would prompt you to where if you wanted to actually purchase the items, I know for a few clients that I did, they actually, well, I didn't do it, but I walked them through it. They actually did want to purchase the stuff. And so they were able to complete their purchase. And you do want to probably encourage your, whoever you're showing how to do this, that this is to establish credit. And so in order to establish credit, you got to have some sort of money spent so that way you can show the payment history. So yay, it worked. I'm excited. So it really is super easy. It's just kind of messing with it a few little times to see if it'll work. But like I said, if you can't get it to work the first time, back out of it again, clear your browser history, double check your information, and then shoot for it again. But that's it. That is it in a nutshell. And I'm so glad that it worked. And I'm so sorry that it took forever to get these videos to you. But I will have a ton of more videos coming your way if you choose to look at those later on. They'll probably all still be in the same place. They'll just probably be locked. But I'm excited for you, and I'm eager to see your results. So please email me or post in the Facebook group that we have the results that you're getting. And like I said, I thank you so much for purchasing this, and I will see y'all later. Bye-bye.